Yeah, so IUSM-South Bend, I think, has really shown me how to create that balance between being a student and also being like a human being, which is really important. I think that medical school can often take a lot out of you, and the culture that has been created at South Bend allows me to not only focus on my studies, which are obviously extremely important, but also do things that make me happy, spend time outside of school growing as a person as well.
I feel like it was a gift that I was placed here because I grew to love being in South Bend, its quaint nature and its welcoming community. I knew that I would be going somewhat up to a place that felt like home.
I'm really grateful to be doing my medical education and training up here at IUSM-South Bend. One thing that makes the South Bend campus so special is the feeling of community that's fostered not only within the medical school itself, but also within the local hospitals and medical centers and with the people of South Bend. The faculty and the students here at the school work really hard to make you feel welcome and make us feel like a second home. So despite the craziness of medical school, you really do feel like you're taken care of and like this is another family here at the medical school.
Well, the students here are hands down the best part about IU School of Medicine. I'm so grateful for our class. I feel like everyone's very friendly and we've kind of created an environment of support and like a family network almost here. I say that sincerely. I love our entire class. Everyone's really supportive, kind of an attitude of we're all gonna get through this together rather than a competition. So I would say my classmates and getting close with them has been the best part about all of med school.
Yeah, so I actually chose South Bend campus because I wanted to do the Ethics, Equity, and Justice Scholarly concentration. And I came up here knowing that that was something I was very passionate about. And I really appreciated getting a space to actually talk more in depth about the things that we learn in FCP or things that we see when we're out on clerkships, for example, or just things that we're passionate about that we think may apply to medicine. And getting to have that space has really allowed me to kind of practice the way that I'm going to affect those changes in the future, which I really like. So.
I'm not even a student in the concentration, but this is something I tell prospective students because I work with them through admissions ambassadors, and I say each campus you're going to get that flavor of the concentration. Whether or not you're in the concentration, you're still going to get that flavor. So when Dr. Kappa has come into our FCP sessions and talked about just social determinants of health as a concept, I think it's really gotten us thinking, and he certainly allowed us to think and develop our own opinions and thoughts as students to carry that further on into our practice.
I think this is where, cultivation really comes into that, is that, we don't plant those seeds in students. They're there. The students want to make an impact in the lives of their patients. And we need to give them fertile soil to grow in and create the right environment so that they have opportunities to do those kinds of things. That's where, things like the Navari Student Outreach Clinic really come in. And as a clinician in the emergency department, I think it's my job when I have students to make sure that they can practice radically compassionate medicine.
But Dr. Kappa really emphasized the importance of developing virtues as a physician, because through practicing those, we eventually will become those virtues. So whether it's practicing honesty, integrity, like the more we do that in our medical education now and in our clinical rotations and as early physicians and so forth, like you do it enough times and you as a physician will embody those.
We have people here that have tons of diverse interests and just a huge depth of expertise. We got Dr. Fox here, who's got his background not only in medicine, but also as a theologian. We got Dr. Kappa, who's got a huge background in ethics, and from all of our faculty.
The local teaching faculty and the clinical preceptors at the hospitals are really intentional about their teaching and really emphasize student involvement in patient care. And that really brings learning through actual practice, and that's something that I think is really unique to the South Bend campus.
First name that comes to mind is Dr. Harmon. You always see him around the hallways when you're studying. Sometimes on a random weekend, he'll just be there and he'll just pop in and make sure you're all right.
For me personally, it's very rewarding to come back to medical school and to bring up the next generation of physicians that are going to be practicing in our state and maybe hopefully in our community. I think regional medical education has a lot of advantages. I feel like I am able to know all of our students in all of the classes pretty well, and I really love that.
But if you were to tell me, is there any advice you would give to somebody who's a year or two behind you, interested in doing the same thing? I would tell them to try to enjoy the process as much as they can. This is such a rewarding experience to be in medical school.
You know, as a first year student, I had no idea what was coming, but I'm sitting here now as a fourth year student, and I'm really satisfied with the quality of education I got in these past 4 years. And I really do feel ready for the next step, which is residency.
Of the themes, formation, cultivation, and inspiration, what really resonates with me is inspiration. Inspiration is what brings me to work every single day. I'm in awe of our students. I'm in awe of all that they've accomplished in their young lives and the unique perspectives and energy and enthusiasm they bring. Our students inspire us as faculty to be the best researchers, educators, and mentors that we can be. And in turn, we strive to be the inspiration for our students to become the best doctors, the best caregivers, the best patient advocates, the best researchers to find cures for the future, and the best change leaders to improve the health of all patients in our local community and really across the globe.